What's up, everybody? It's nice to see you again in this video. So now we are going to be working on our other lab on SQL injection attack, whereby we shall be using our union based attack. So this is our SQL injection attack listing the database content on Oracle. Previously we worked on a non-Oracle database. So if you go on and tap on this link, you will be redirected to a page like this. Don't worry, I'll be leaving the link in the description that will be bringing you to our labs here. All you have to do is to create an account on Portswinger and you'll be ready to start. So the lab that we are going to be working on, they gave us a little bit of a documentation whereby they tell us that this lab contains a SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. The results from the query are returned in the application's response, so you can use our union attacks to retrieve the data from other tables. The application has the login function and the database contains the table that holds username and passwords. You need to determine the username of the table and the columns it contains. Then retrieve the content of the table to obtain the username and password of all users. To solve the lab, log in as an administrator. Now, since you already know that we shall be working on an Oracle database, now for all the commands that we have to use, they will be able to go with an Oracle database. Now, to access our lab, just come and click here to access lab. A new tab will be opened up, and all you can do is to also come back here in a hint and click on our SQL injection cheat sheet because you will need it. I already opened up that cheat sheet here in the previous video, though I still have this tab here, so you can just go on and open that. Coming back to our lab, we need to determine whether the category filter is vulnerable to our SQL injection. As they said, I'm going to just go on and tap on gifts. So if we come here to our URL, I can provide a single code that is our SQL character. Now in case it is vulnerable, it is going to return our internal server error. And when you try to see here, we have our internal server error. Simply the application doesn't know in what way it is going to execute this information. So coming back to our gifts, we've confirmed with our category that it is vulnerable to SQL injection attack. Now here we need to go on and find our way on how we can retrieve information from the table, then see how we can solve this lab. Once again, we need to understand the number of columns that are being called from our database. So when we try to see the information that we have here, it is just text. Let's see how we can understand the columns. So this is where we can use our union attack to understand the columns, or we can use our order by. So I'm going to just go on and turn on my Burp Suite here and come here to my Burp Suite. Make sure you have your Burp Suite opened. I'm going to come here to proxy. I want you to turn on your intercept. So if we come back this side to the browser, all I'm going to do is to come and refresh this. I want this to be captured by our browser, and this is not the link that we want. I'm going to come back this side, click on add advanced, and I'm going to say proceed. Again, this has to be captured by our Burp Suite, and we see the link is right here. So I'm going to tap on it, right click, and I'm going to send it to my repeater. So this is where we shall be injecting all our payloads. Again, I'm going to just come back here to my browser. I can turn on the burp since I've already turn off the burp since I've already captured what I wanted. So if we come back this side, in case we want to understand the number of columns with our order by, we are going to just provide our single quote, and you are going to just say order by 1. So the numbers that we are going to provide here, all you have to do is to just increment them and see the status code that will be returned back. So if we come here to gifts, I'm going to go on and paste that command we've typed in my Obsidian. I'm going to go on and highlight this, press Ctrl U to perform our URL encode and submit that. So if we send that, you see that we have our 200 status code, which means that we have one column there. So I'm going to just go on and change this to a 2 Again, I'm going to submit that. We have a 200 status code. I'm going to change that to a 3 and submit that. We have a internal server error. So when I say order by 3, we receive a internal server error, but when we say order by 1 and 2, we receive a 200 status code. Simply, this shows us that we do have only 2 columns. So coming back this side, since we know that we have our 2 columns, now this is where we need to understand the data types that are being used by these columns, because if we are to call out information from our database, we need to understand whether the information will be compatible to the columns that are going to be called out, because that is one of the rules our union attack moves with. So to understand whether the data type is what we are looking for, this is where we can go on and use our union attack. So simply, I'm going to just type a command like this, and we say union select, and this is where we can provide the values that we want. I'm going to provide my quotes. We put a comma, then another a, and this one should be in quotes. Remember, you should comment out whatever comes after this. So if we copy that, I'm going to come back here to my Burp Suite and highlight this. I'm going to paste that. Again, we are going to come back and highlight this content, and we press Ctrl U to perform our URL encode and press send. And when you try to see here, we receive a internal server error. In case you are trying to select out the information from the Oracle database, you need to provide a table. So this is where we are going to come here to change this, because in the previous databases that we've been working on, this command has been working perfectly. So here we can just go on and we say duo, because this is just a temporary table that we can use when we are playing around with Oracle databases. So let's go on and see if this time we shall receive our 200 status. So if I paste that, once again I'm going to come back, highlight that and press Ctrl U. So let's go on and send this, and we see that we receive our 200 OK status code. Now if we come down here, let's see if our A's have been printed or brought back by the application. Simply, this will mean that we do have our strings, or all the columns that are being used have string values. So here we have a and we have a, which means the columns that we do have string values. So after understanding the columns that we have on our system or on our application, we need to go on and understand the tables which are present, and after understanding the tables, we need to go on and get to the columns, then proceed to dumping out all the information from that table so that we can log in as an administrator. So coming back here to our browser, let's go to a cheat sheet. So if we come here and we look at to database content, and if we come to the Oracle database, if we come here, for us to select out all the tables, this is a statement that we shall be using. I can go on and copy that, and let's put it down like this. So here we can just say select, but remember, since we are using a union based attack, this one we shall add on our union select and dash from all the tables. So what I'm going to do is to copy this all tables, because I need to understand which field do I need to call out from these all tables. So coming back to our browser, I'm going to just do a simple Google search, and we are going to say that we are using a Oracle database. So let's see, and I'm going to come and tap on this first link, and we see if we can get a field that we can call out from this application and see if the values will be perfect. So again, here you see that we have the table name, so we can just go on and we copy this table name. It is done that we can go on and call out from our application. So simply here I'm going to go on and remove this star, and we are going to just paste our table name, or perhaps let me even write it in small letters, table underscore name. Now remember, since we have two columns, the second one we are going to provide it with a null value, and it will be something like this. Remember, you have to comment at the end. So let's go on and copy that, come back to our Burp Suite, and I'm going to paste it here. So highlight that again, come back, highlight, press your Ctrl U, and let's send it out. And if it is successful, you see we have our 200 status code. So let's see the different tables that were returned back. Perhaps we might see a table name that we might use to see the columns, so that we might get back our data. So we see all these are from our database. Perhaps can I search for username? We don't have username. I don't have any much. So I guess I'm going to just be scrolling as I look at the values that were returned back. Perhaps I might see something that might be juicy. So yeah, we have this. I can go on and copy this and put it in my Obsidian. We can paste it here. Perhaps this is the table that we want to use. So after getting the table that we can use, or perhaps we may scroll down and look for others, but let me go on and try on this. So after getting the table that you want to use, you need to understand the columns which are present on our table. So coming back here, let's go to the sheet. We have another command here, which is select all from all underscore columns where the table name equals this. So I'm going to just go on and copy this, come back to the Obsidian, and I'm going to paste this. So from this, now this is going to be replaced by the table name that we got earlier, which is this one. So I'm going to copy that, come here, paste the table name. Remember, you are going to comment out. So now since we have that, we need to also understand the columns. So I'm going to just highlight that, also come back, do a simple research. I'm going to just paste that, and I'm going to say Oracle. Let's see what information can we call out from all tabs columns. Is it column underscore name? Perhaps that's what we might see. And I'm going to scroll down. Yeah, I see table name, I see owner. We have column underscore name. So let's come back here to our Burp Suite. So simply this one, we can just say column underscore name in case we want to understand the columns that we have in this table. Remember, there are two columns, so one is going to be null, and in front here, this is where we are going to put our union. So I'm going to just go on and highlight this, come back this side, here on gifts, highlight this, paste there my data. Again, I'm going to highlight that, press Ctrl U, and I'm going to send it out. So you see that we have received our 200 status code. Let's see if we might have some column names that we can use to dump out our username and password. So if we scroll down, or perhaps I can search for one. I see email, I see a password. I'm going to go on and copy this column, Perhaps let me paste it there. Do you have anything for user? I also have this one. Going to copy that and paste it here. So what we need to do is to go on and extract out all the information within these columns. So let's go back to our sheet and see how we can do that. So since we have the table and we have the columns, so we can go on and we try to extract out the information we want. So simply we are going to provide our union. So it's going to be union select. Remember to put our single quote in front there. Union select, we are going to go on and get our username. This is the column that we managed to get from the other side. Paste it here, comma, and we get this, paste it here. Then we provide our from. Where do we want to get them? From this table, and we paste it there. Remember to comment out. So I'm going to go on and highlight this, Ctrl C, come back to our BAP suite, come here to gifts, highlight that up to here, and press your Ctrl V to paste your data. Again, let's highlight it again with our Ctrl U to perform our URL encode, and I'm going to send it that. So again, we have received our 200 status code. Let's see if we have received our administrator and its password. So if we scroll down, or to save time, you can just go on and search. So again, here we have our administrator. I'm going to just highlight that, come here, paste, go to another line. Let's get this, perhaps this is the password, and we paste that. And I saw something else here. You see we have another user, Carlos, and the password for Carlos. We have also this other user, and that. So far we have seen 3 users, but we need to log in as an administrator to our application. After getting our credentials, I'm going to just come back to my application. Let me just proceed with this since I deactivated my Fox proxy. And here, just come to account. As it is loading, I can just come and highlight this. Come here, paste my administrator, and again, I can come to this and copy that, paste my password. Let's see with the login. Again, our lab has been solved. So in case you are interested to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe, give a thumbs up to this video so that YouTube can pass it along its algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video.